I feel like here is family.
What up, brother?
At 5'5", he may not be the biggest guy at Gonzaga Prep, but here, Sam Dowd is the big man on campus. The star basketball and football player is about to leave Spokane for a full ride at Carroll College in Montana.
You're gonna miss just running out on the floor and, you know, smelling that popcorn pop, and it's, I don't know, it's just a high school moment where you're just like, this is awesome, and this is why I'm living.
But life wasn't always like this for Sam Dowd. Far from it. Before those electrifying touchdown runs of Friday night, before the three-pointers that brought down the house at Scarpelli Gym, was a living hell in the unforgiving streets of the Seattle area.
I kind of lived in, you know, in a drug house.
A mother with a gambling addiction and a father behind bars.
Saw him through a glass window most of my life and wondering, you know, why he was always there. And he used to come home, you know, really drunk and stuff like that, and or maybe high, I don't know. And I was always getting abused a lot.
As if things couldn't get any worse, the fraying thread that Sam was barely hanging on to was about to snap.
They abandoned me around like 12 or 13. And, you know, I found myself like, you know, outside, you know, with my stuff, thinking, you know, oh, they'll be back, you know, maybe they just want me to go to a friend's house, you know, they're mad. Maybe this will cool down in a week or so.
But it never did.
Sometimes didn't have a place to stay or eat. And I remember one night I found myself sleeping outside. There would be times where, you know, I would think about not being in this, you know, world anymore. And I would pray, why are you doing this to me? And like, what did I do wrong? Like, what can I do to, you know, fix this?
Somewhere in all of this, he was also playing basketball, traveling across the state.
I was in a tournament, and, you know, I just got kicked out of my friend's house, and that's what he texted me. He said, my parents left your stuff outside, man, I'm so sorry. So at that time, I'm just, you know, I'm finished. I'm just like, all right, I'm done. I don't know where else to go.
Not knowing what else to do, Sam did what any good point guard would do. He turned to his teammate.
We roomed together for the first time, you know, in the Yakima tournament, and he saw me just down and crying, and he's like, bro, like, we just won a game, like, are you happy? Or like, you know, he didn't know what's going on.
Reed Hopkins, a freshman just like Sam, had been on the receiving end of many a Dowd assist. But now Sam was the one who needed a hand.
I told him my life story and what was going on, and he was like, wow, that's so weird, dude. Like, my parents were thinking about, you know, getting an exchange student. Next thing you know it, I flew down 2 days before school started, and I lived with them for a whole year. And, you know, I thank them so much because, I mean, I don't know, you know, where I would be.
Now he had a roof over his head and classes to attend at a private Catholic school in Spokane, no less. No more crashing on friends' couches, no more street life. Sanctuary.
It absolutely changed my life. I mean, I can say that with words, but if you've been, you know, in my shoes and see where I've been and saw what I saw, and yeah, I mean, it truly changed my life, and it's a blessing. God was always playing a role in my life, and for him to put me in this situation where people can take care of me is awesome.
But believe it or not, Sam's faith would be tested one more time. When his sophomore year came to an end, so did his one-year stay with the Hopkins. He had two choices: either find a new family to live with in Spokane or go back to his old life in Seattle.
He's just an easy person to like. He's a person to be friends with. He's just an overall great guy.
Sam remembered a young man at Gonzaga Prep, a senior by the name of Matt Miller. The two had played football together. They barely knew each other, but the words that Matt told him had stuck with him.
My senior year, being one of the older guys, I try to let everybody know. I was like, hey, you guys ever need anything, let me know. I'll be there for you, whatever it is.
You know, I call him like, hey, I don't want to go back to Seattle at all. I don't.
So, well, let me talk to my parents, see what we can do.
I remember it really well. He just came in one night and said, Mom and Dad, Sam is going to have to go back to Seattle if we don't take him. He needs to stay here. We've got to find a way to do it.
We all agreed as a family to take him in.
And they kept him in.
Probably the best decision I've ever made in my life.
We've never looked back.
Now, the Millers are Sam's family. For good.
For them to take me in, that's a really big step for them too. And that's when I realized people were there for me and I wasn't alone. Now I'm just, you know, being a kid.
This Gonzaga Prep bullpup has fought to get where he is today, an underdog in every sense of the word. But as they say, it's not the size of the dog in the fight, but the size of the fight in the dog.
That's just my style where it's like I'm not gonna stop, you know, and you keep pushing me down, breaking me down, I'm not gonna stop.